Let's end this chapter with an exercise. Let's modify the Hello World program and utilize some of the information we've learned about working with variables. So open a DOS prompt, navigate to your Java subdirectory, and let's open a new Java program. We'll call it Chapter 4 EX for Chapter 4 exercises.java. That will also be the name of our class. So we're going to write public class Chapter 4 EX, open brace, indent, public static void main, string, open close bracket args. Alternatively, you could have also opened your template file. I chose to show you one more time how to start a new program from scratch. I'll start using the template files in the next chapter. So, just as a refresher, to write hello world, we write system.out.println hello, comma, world, semicolon. Let's compile and run that program. So click File, Save. Navigate back to your DOS prompt. Type javac chapter 4 ex.java. Wait while it compiles. Then type Java chapter 4 ex, and we should see hello world. Now let's go back to the program. What I'd like to do first is modify who we say hello to rather than world. So what I want to do is I want to create a variable. We're going to move down, add a line, and we're going to write string name equals Bob. Then we want to get rid of world out of our string, so we're going to backspace over that, put a double quote following a space after the comma, then type a plus sign, and then type name. So what we're saying is we want to write to the system console hello, and then whatever value is stored in name, in this case Bob. So save that file, back to the DOS window, compile the program again, then run it with the Java command, and now it says hello Bob. I left out the exclamation point, but that's okay. Maybe we aren't all that excited to say hello to Bob. Go back to our program, and let's say we want to try another name. So we're going to write an assignment statement, and this time we'll say hello to Mary, and this time we will. We're happy to see Mary, so we'll put an exclamation point, but we don't want to put it in the name, because Mary, unless she's a really, really enthusiastic person, her name is not spelled Mary exclamation point. So we want the exclamation point to come outside of the string that stores name. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this command, put it back in here, and then what we'll do is we'll add another plus sign and put the exclamation point outside, like so, inside its own string. Click File, Save, go back to your DOS window, compile again, run again. Now we have hello Bob and hello Mary. Now maybe we want to modify the actual greeting. Maybe we're not always saying hello. Sometimes we need to say goodbye. So let's create a variable for that. Let's go back to our, put it at the top, string greeting. We'll start it out with hello. Let's take the comma out of that again. And now we're going to modify our print line statements to include the greeting, followed by a comma, space, followed by the name. So we don't need this other exclamation point or actually both of those plus signs. Do the same thing down below. And let's compile and run that and see. Compile, Java C, we run with Java, and we still have the same result. So now let's modify the output by changing the greeting to goodbye, like so. Then change, I'll tell you what, let's do. I copied an old version of the system out print line. Get the more recent version of that right here. Then save it. Back to our DOS window. Let's clear the screen. It's getting a little messy. Compile. And then run. Now let me juxtapose our output with the program itself. So you see how we can modify the Hello World program to include variables for both the name of the person we're greeting and the greeting itself, and we can change it to whatever we want it to be by using variables. That's the power of variables, is to be able to change the data that's stored in them so that we're not stuck with a literal string like hello or Bob. We can modify it any way we want to. In a future chapter, I'll show you how to prompt the user to enter this data so that the program doesn't have to store it initially. We can have the user enter it as the program runs.